Hey everybody, it is that time of year when my fellow creatives start asking, what should I put on my wish list? Or their gifters start asking, what can I get for the creative or creatively curious on my list? In this video, I am sharing my top picks ranging from stocking stuffer budget all the way up to you are the best ever. So let's get into it. First up, I'm sharing my favorite watercolor journal. Now this is in that stocking stuffer price. What I love about this is the paper is nice and thick. You can use watercolor, you can use markers, it won't bleed through. The spiral binding keeps everything together. It's really fun to flip back through and see your progress. I also love this size. So sometimes, especially for beginners, those big watercolor pages can seem really intimidating. The 5.5 by 8 size here is just enough that you can do what you need to do without being so big that you don't know where to start. Now, this is what I use for a lot of my fun little doodle shorts. So if you want to see some examples of those, definitely click this playlist right up here. Next up, my favorite watercolor crayons. These are so amazing and fun. They are also really easy. You can see these at work here. You can lay down the color where you want it. Then you just activate it with that water and really get that wow effect. These are great for getting used to color blending and using watercolor techniques. And if you want to see these at work in a full project, you can check out this video right up here. Next up, and related to number 2, is this set of Princeton brushes. Now, this is a great basic set for getting your bases covered when you are starting out with watercolor or watercolor crayons. They will get you where you need to be until you get to the point in your skill where you need to level up to maybe something more professional. Number 4, there's no way I could put a list together like this without having Copic sketch markers on it. I love these things. They are so fun. Now these are alcohol markers. These are refillable. I recommend starting with either the grays or the pastels. They do have this double tip, a brush tip on one side and this wider sketch tip on the other. Now, if you want to see Copic markers in action in a full project, check out this mermaid project right up here. Number 5 is another essential for any artist or creator. This is Micron pens. These are another budget-friendly option, and these are great for ink sketching, lining out watercolor illustrations, or marker doodles. And you'll see that this set includes a variety of thicknesses, and this means that they can be used for really fine detail work or more broad outline strokes. Another thing that's great about Micron pens is they're water resistant, so you can paint over them without smudging as long as you let them dry fully. Now, number 6 may surprise you, Sharpies. Trust me, there's more to Sharpies than basic black, although I do use basic black a lot. One thing about Sharpies is that the colors are often more opaque than most other markers, which makes them really great for silhouette projects like this one. And the fine tip is also really easy to work with when it comes to bolder outlines or faux lettering like you'll see here. One thing about Sharpies is that they are more budget friendly than, say, the Copics. Now, if you want to see a project really relying on Sharpies, check out this one right up here. Now, if you or your giftee already has a lot of these things, well, this next one may be for you. It is so functional. It has these drawers with these dividers to keep everything neat and tidy, and it looks pretty too. I have one of these. It's starting to get a little full, so I'm definitely going to put another one of these on my wish list. Now, another great gift option for creators beyond supplies themselves is art-based subscriptions. One that I love is Sketchbox. So with Sketchbox, you get monthly supplies to try, and often these are supplies that you've never worked with before. So you get to explore new mediums, new techniques, and the great thing is that these boxes also come with access to monthly explainer videos where you learn how to use the materials along with the tutorial for a fun little project. And there are basic and premium options depending on your budget. If you'd like to see an example of what is included in a Sketchbox, check out this video right up here where I create a fun little ghost using all of the materials from the October 2022 premium Sketchbox. Next up, we have another subscription, and this one is especially great for those explorers out there, and that is Skillshare. Skillshare has everything. There are tutorials on every possible creative pursuit at your fingertips. So endless exploration, endless fun for one flat fee for the year. So if your creative is really wandering, this is a great option. Number 10 is in a little bit different price point, but I would be remiss if I didn't include in this list my very favorite art tool, shall we say, which is my iPad. So many creatives these days are starting to dip their toe into the digital art world, and the iPad is the best way to get started. Now, when I got my iPad, I was on a budget, but I didn't want to sacrifice the screen size or the memory because you need both of those when you're looking at doing digital art. So the solution I found was the renewed or the refurbished option. So if you want to look at the one that I got, you can check out the link in the description. And one thing to keep in mind when it comes to price point, the main drawing program available to iPad, which is Procreate, is only a $10 one-time purchase, whereas a lot of the other drawing programs on other tablets tend to involve monthly subscriptions, which really add up. So that's something to keep in mind. And of course, if you're getting somebody an iPad for digital artwork, definitely don't forget that Apple Pencil. And that's 10. Is there anything you would add to this wish list? Put it in the comments. Happy shopping and happy creating.